The diet that's the best for your health might not be the diet that's best for building huge amounts of muscle mass. So it depends what you want, right?
At his peak, Dorian Yates ate 6,000 calories a day to become the world's most powerful bodybuilder. Today, at 64, he's replaced that mountain of food with just 6 specific things twice a day and skips breakfast entirely. But the most important part of Dorian's puzzle isn't just the food, it's the heart killer he cuts out to protect his future. Let's break down the 6 foods first, then we look at the silent threat to your longevity. Food number 1, whole eggs. The emphasis here is on the word whole, because for years, Dorian himself was only eating the whites. Back in his competitive days, when fats were considered the enemy, he would crack 12 eggs in the morning and throw away most of the yolks.
So I'd have like 12 eggs in the morning, but I'd only have like 2 or 3 yellows and the rest just whites, because that's what we thought at the time was not correct.
Think of the egg yolk like the ignition key of a car. The white is the engine. It gives you fuel, meaning protein, but the yolk is the key that starts everything. It carries fat-soluble vitamins, healthy fats, and nutrients your body genuinely needs. Without the key, the engine just sits there. Today, Dorian eats the whole egg. He includes them consistently in both of his daily meals as a straightforward, complete source of protein and natural fats. If whole eggs are the foundation, the next food is where Dorian gets the heavy lifting done, literally. Food number 2, grass-fed beef. This is Dorian's primary protein source. Not just any beef, grass-fed, specifically. Why does that distinction matter? Because what an animal eats shows up in what you eat. Grass-fed cows produce meat with a better balance of fats, more of the kind your body uses well, less of the kind that creates problems over time. At 64, Dorian is eating around 150 to 200 grams of protein per day, which is quite modest compared to his competitive days of 450 grams. Grass-fed beef is one of his main tools for hitting that target cleanly.
So yeah, protein probably 150, 200 grams a day.
There is also a simplicity to it. Dorian is not counting macros or obsessing over meal timing anymore. He eats twice a day, and grass-fed beef is a consistent, reliable part of those meals. It keeps him full, keeps his energy stable, and supports the muscle he still maintains at his age. Now, protein is covered, but what about fat? That is where the next food comes in. Food number 3, avocado. Avocado. Yes, the same food you see in every health cafe and on every wellness Instagram page. But Dorian was using it for practical, specific reasons long before it became fashionable.
I eat some avocado.
Avocado is a fat-dense food. And in Dorian's current protein and fat-based diet, fat is not something to be afraid of, it is actually the point. Fat keeps you full for longer, it supports hormone health, and it gives your body a slow, steady fuel source rather than the sharp spikes you get from sugar or processed carbohydrates. For someone who now eats only twice a day and skips breakfast entirely, that slow-burning fuel is not a luxury. It is what makes the whole system work. So the avocado is doing quiet, important work behind the scenes, and it pairs naturally with the next food, which is where Dorian allows some carbohydrates back into the picture. Food number 4, sweet potatoes. Dorian does not eliminate carbohydrates entirely. What he does is moderate them carefully, and his carbohydrate of choice is the sweet potato.
Moderate carbs, maybe sweet potatoes.
Why sweet potato and not white rice, pasta, or bread? Because not all carbohydrates behave the same way in your body. Some digest very quickly, shoot your blood sugar up fast, and then drop it just as fast, leaving you tired, hungry, and reaching for the next snack. Sweet potatoes digest more slowly, give you a gentler rise in blood sugar, and come packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals alongside the energy without going overboard. And speaking of not going overboard, the next food on the list is closely related. Food number 5, vegetables and fruit. Dorian does include vegetables and fruit, but with one clear condition: not too much. This is worth pausing on because we are so often told that more vegetables and fruit is always better. And in most cases, that is true. But Dorian's current diet is deliberately fat and protein-centered, meaning that fruit in particular is something he keeps in the background rather than the foreground.
It's a little bit of veg and fruit, but not too much. So it's more protein or fat-based.
Vegetables serve a different purpose here. They provide micronutrients, fiber, and variety without significantly shifting his macronutrient balance. A handful of greens on the side of his beef and eggs does not change the structure of his diet. It supports it. Fruit sits somewhere in between. It has real nutritional value, but it also carries natural sugar. For someone whose entire diet philosophy now revolves around keeping blood sugar stable, A little fruit goes a long way. That brings us to food number 6, and it is the one that connects everything together at a practical level. Food number 6, protein shakes. Dorian started using protein shakes as a working man's solution. He was young, training hard, doing physical jobs, and he simply did not always have time to sit down and cook a full meal. A protein shake was quick, portable, and effective.
I would drink protein shake while I was working as an easy way to get the protein, a quick way and a convenient way.
Today, the protein shake serves a more modest role. It is the third piece of his 150 to 200 gram daily protein target, sitting alongside his 2 meals of whole food. No complicated stacks, no exotic formulas, just a reliable way to fill a small protein gap.
Protein, probably 150, 200 grams a day. 2 meals and a protein shake, that's how I get that. So it's very different now. It's just for maintaining and for health.
There is something quietly refreshing about that. A 6-time world champion, and his 6th food is the same protein shake he was drinking in his teens and 20s. No complexity for complexity's sake, just what works. Now, we promised you a bonus. And this is where Dorian says something that might genuinely change how you think about a food group that most people consider completely safe. We all know that steroids can cause heart problems. That story is well known. But Dorian points to something that most people eat every single day without a second thought. He is talking about high-volume carbohydrate consumption.
The stress of exercise combined with the continual spiking of the glucose with carbohydrates, because you know these guys that do endurance sports, they're whacking a lot of carbohydrates all day long, as same as the bodybuilders do, constantly spiking insulin and glucose, and this damages the lining of your arteries. It becomes damaged over time, and this leads to heart disease.
Let that sit for a second. Triathletes, people doing enormous amounts of cardiovascular exercise, no steroids involved, were having heart attacks. And the common thread, according to this specialist, was not the exercise itself. It was the constant, repeated spiking of blood sugar from eating very high amounts of carbohydrates throughout the day. Dorian makes an important distinction here, though.
The diet that's the best for your health might not be the diet that's best for building huge amounts of muscle mass. So it depends what you want.
If you are 25 and trying to gain 20 pounds of muscle, you may well need higher carbohydrates. That is a tool for a specific goal. But if you are trying to stay strong, stay healthy, and still feel good at 50, 60, or 70, the maths changes entirely. Dorian is no longer trying to win anything. His goal now is simply to feel good, move well, and protect his body for the long haul. And that shift in goal changed everything about how he eats. 6 foods, 2 meals a day, no breakfast, and a deliberate, intentional relationship with carbohydrates. What Dorian Yates is doing at 64 is not complicated. And that is exactly the point. He built one of the greatest physiques in the history of sport. And the lesson he is walking away with is this: simplicity, when done with purpose, beats complexity every single time. If you found this useful, share it with someone who still thinks eating healthy means eating more. And if you want to go deeper on the science of protein, fats, and how your food choices affect your heart over the long term, hit subscribe. We break this stuff down every week.